guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are new, welcome. If you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much for coming back and supporting me once again. Yeah, if you aren't subscribed to this channel, please do hit the subscribe button and also hit the notification bell so you're notified every time I post a video. In this video I will be doing a review on the L'Oreal Infallible matte cover 24-hour foundation. And yeah, if you want to see how I achieved this look, and if you also want to see how I feel about this foundation, then definitely stay tuned and check out the video. Before I get started, y'all, let me just put some lip balm on because once again there's dogs barking. I'm not sure if you guys can hear it, but there's dogs barking and there's people talking, so excuse that. I'm sorry about it, but yeah. Make sure you moisturize your lips before you even start doing your makeup, so that by the time you're like almost done with your makeup and you get to your lips, it's like nice and soft and moisturized. I am using the new color Light Shine Pink Plumping Balm Pink Tinge lip balm by New Skin. I'm not sure if you guys can see it because of how, yeah, you guys can't see the name because of how the light is reflecting on it, but this is by New Skin. By far my favorite lip balm I think I've ever used. Like, it beats Libello and all those other things. But yeah, so I went to go buy myself some new foundation, and I found out through the consultant at the shop that my favorite foundation, the Yardley Stay Fast foundation, had first of all changed in terms of its formula. Well, I thought it was just the packaging that had changed, but it was also the formula. So like, it isn't as thick and as creamy as it is or as it used to be. Now it's like super light and watery, and like obviously I have blemishes, so I kind of need that coverage from the foundation. So I was like, okay, do you have anything that is full coverage and like that has a very thick and creamy consistency? And then she was like, well, we do have the L'Oreal Paris Infallible 24-hour matte cover foundation. So I was like, okay, give me that and I'll try it. So we found out my shade, and then it is the 330 hazelnut. That is the shade. And yeah, so yeah, I'm testing it out for the first time today, and I was just like, yo, why don't I just test it out on camera and we'll see how it turns out. So hopefully this thing doesn't make a fool of me. Let's see if it's open. Yeah, it's open. So yeah, we're going to be testing out this foundation today. I am quite excited to see what it turns out like. To be honest, I've never used a matte foundation, because I know the Stay Fast isn't matte. Like, it has a skin-like finish, but it's not matte. Yeah, it's not matte. So this is the first time I'm ever using a matte foundation. I have no idea what it's going to be like on my skin. So we are just going to test it out together, and hopefully it turns out good. But yeah, let me just clip away this weave. Once again, you guys, I have a protective style underneath. So that's why I am wearing a weave today. Yeah, clip this away. First up, as I always do, I'm gonna do a brow. I know I said I'm gonna test out the foundation, but I think I'll just make this video a tutorial as well, because I don't think I've done a full-on tutorial on my channel. I'm not quite sure, but I don't think I have. So this will kind of double as a tester video for this foundation, but also a what is it, a makeup a makeup tutorial. Yeah, so I can just talk you guys through how I do my makeup. So starting with the brows. Oh my gosh, the hair. So I like brushing my brows up. This isn't like a step that you guys have to take, but I like using the New Color Nutrio eyelash treatment. Well, it is for eyelashes and eyebrows, but the bottle says eyelash, but you can actually use it for your eyebrows as well. It's not a brow gel. It is just a treatment for your eyebrows to make them, you know, healthy and grow and like thick. So I love it. Like, it has made such a huge difference, not necessarily in the growth, but like just how thick the brow hairs are. It's definitely made my brow hairs healthier, so I love using that. Brush it up. Okay, then once you've brushed your hairs up, you want to shape the brows. So using the spoolie, just do a shape however you like to shape your brows, whether you like them being on the thicker side or you like them being smaller. Just swoop. I hope you guys can see. I'm gonna brush this side again. By the way, if my skin is looking a bit shiny, it's because I was doing my skincare. So these are all those oils and moisturizers and all that good stuff for your skin. Yeah. Also, I don't know if you guys have noticed, but progressively out of all my videos, you guys are getting to see like my skin is improving. Like, I don't like talking about this or saying this because then somehow I end up having like a massive breakout. So I hate complimenting my skin. I never say anything about it. I just let it do its thing, because as soon as I'm like, oh, it's looking good, literally the next day or like 2 days after that, I end up having a breakout. So I probably shouldn't be saying this, but my skin is like literally improving so much. Not just like in texture, but also the blemishes, like they are starting to become a lot lighter. And that's all thanks to Nu Skin, honey. So if you guys would like a skincare routine, and if you guys would like to see the stuff that I use for my skincare, let me know in the comment section and I will give you guys a video on that so you guys can see what it is that I use for my skin. So now we are going to get into concealing the brow. So we are going to conceal using the Maybelline New York Fit Me concealer in the shade 40. And I love to warm up the product a bit by just putting it on my hand. I'm not doing too much because I've actually started using the, like, I'm not liking the look of a halo brow, so I've started using the concealer only on the underside of the brow and then the foundation on the upper side, so that it blends well with, you know, the rest of my face and it doesn't have that halo look. So yeah, I'm just gonna dip this brush in the concealer that is on my hand, and then I'm gonna start shaping the underside of my brow. Not necessarily shaping, but cleaning up, that's the word. Clean up. No, I went a bit on the hair, but that's fine. Just Have to live with it. Okay. So as I said in some of my old videos, that the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer, it's like it thickens up and dries up and sets really quickly. So when you're working with it, you kind of want to move fast. So if you want to spread it somewhere, like, do that soon. So I'm dragging this down while I'm also adding some more product, because again, it's so thick that it doesn't really go quite far, but it does the job beautifully. That's why I still use it. So I'm dragging the concealer down to kind of also form a base for the eyeshadow. So once again, I think I've said this in another video as well, that I've never had to fill in my brows because yeah, like they just were always like somewhat full, so I've never had to ever like use a pencil or fill them in. So when it comes to like doing brows that you actually like use a pencil on and things like that, I've never done it before. So I'm not the person to give you a tutorial on that, because I've never had to fill in or draw on my brows. I only ever like brush them up, shape them, and then clean them up with concealer. So I've never had to do like a full-on, full-blown brow. So yeah, that's just a bit of a heads up in case you guys like wanted that type of brow. I can't do it. Next, I would be using my Stay Fast foundation, but I am going to use the L'Oreal Paris Infallible foundation for the first time. So yeah, here goes nothing. I don't know if I was supposed to shake it before squeezing it out, but it is what it is. I've already squeezed it out, but let me shake it for once I put it on my face. Okay, here goes nothing. I'm not sure how I feel about this foundation yet. Yeah, we'll see as we go on. I don't want to say much about it yet. So for my eyeshadow, I think I want to do like an orangey, browny, sunsetty type of eyes. So for that, I'm going to use my Lungile Tabete X Scarlet Hill eyeshadow palette, which I actually really love. I think I might use this brown as well. from my Essence palette. Let me see. Okay, no, I'll use the brown from the Lungile Tabete palette. So I'm gonna use the brown shade. I think I'm gonna use these 3 shades actually. This one, ooh, this one here, this one, and this one here. So this one here is called Yes Honey, 27 Gang, and Pumpkin Pie. Hopefully it works out the way I'm envisioning it in my head. We'll see. But yeah, let's just get right into it. So first I'm gonna use Yes Honey. I'm using this shade as just the base color for the lid. It's not appearing as much on camera as it is in person, so again I think I'll just go with how it looks like in person because I want to take pictures, and I'm also probably gonna run into some people, so I'm not trying to look crazy in person. So I think I'll just go with how it's looking. So yeah, gonna dip in there once more. Oh, it's looking bomb already. Actually love the color, even though it wasn't initially what I thought I was gonna go with. I like the look. So then we're gonna go in with this brush to kind of diffuse the edges. Okay, so then after that we're gonna go in with 27 Gang. That is the name of the color, and we're just gonna go over the lid with that. So it's gonna go right in the crease and over the lid. Oh my gosh, I actually like it. Oh, you guys can't actually see it because of my hooded eye, but I'm gonna try my best to bring the color up as much as I can. Oh, I like it. Okay, yeah, I'm really vibing with how it's looking right now. So yeah, this color is just gonna go at the end and slightly beyond the middle of my eyelid. Okay, just packing it on there. And I love how like the Mr. Price palette doesn't have what do you call it? It doesn't have fallout. Like, oh, how perfect. And to think it's so affordable. Like, the reason why I stayed away from just Scarlett Hill products in general was because of how cheap they are. Like, I just thought maybe they weren't like good quality, so that's why I stayed away. But yo, thank God I actually bought this palette for a video, because now I love it. Just goes to show not to judge things by its price point. So now let me see if I want to go in with Pumpkin Pie or if I want to go in with Right. They look very similar, just that the color Right is more like of a pale muted color. This is Right, this is Pumpkin Pie. They literally are the same color, it's just that Pumpkin Pie is more warmer, and then this one here, Right, is more of like a pale cool shade. So I think I'm gonna go in with Pumpkin Pie because, you know, I am aiming for a more, you know, warm eye. It's important that if you haven't washed your brushes, that you have like a tissue or whatever next to you so that you can like give them a quick clean, so that you aren't mixing old colors with new colors. So I'm using Right at the front of the eye, like close to the tear duct, and I'm bringing it all the way. Sorry, not Right. I'm using Pumpkin Pie. starting from the tear duct and bringing it all the way to meet the other shade, which was 24 Babe, I think. Oh, 24 Gang, sorry. Hooded eyes are the ghetto, guys. Like, it's looking so beautiful, my eyes closed, but when it's open, it kind of hides everything. So when doing like eyeshadow on a hooded eye, you have to do everything higher than the crease, which is tricky to do. And while I'm using this pumpkin pie color, I am also, you know, blending it in so that you don't see the transitions. I'm blending it in with the 24 Gang shade, okay, because you don't want to see the line of demarcation. Like, it has to flow. Maybe if I cut my crease it would show better, but it just, again, cutting a crease is just another mission, guys. Like, it's nice to do when you like mentally prepared for it and like you intended to do a cut crease, but I did not intend on doing a cut crease today, so I'm just gonna go with it. However it turns out is however it turns out. Okay, then I think I'm gonna use a shimmer shade as well. And the shade that I'm using is Yaya. I think I used Yaya when I was doing the, what video was it? I think it was the Chit Chat Get Ready With Me. Could be totally wrong with this, you guys. Okay, I think let me first wet my brush so that it gives me a nice pigment. Now let me pick that up. So I'm using some setting spray again to just spray my brush, and right now I'm trying to give like a line on it. I don't want to say winged line because like it isn't winged eyeliner, but I'm trying to give that effect just using eyeshadow. So okay, yo, now I have to move on to the other eye. Now I am gonna go in with some, do I want to color correct, or I'm not gonna color correct actually. And you guys, I've actually been getting away with not color correcting because of how light the pigment is, actually not the pigment but the pigmentation on my skin is becoming. Like I'm getting away with not using color corrector. So again, if you guys want to get that skincare routine, please let me know, because it's really gonna help you guys, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, so I'm just gonna go in with my concealer. This is the same concealer that I used on my brow, so it is the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer in the shade 40, the shade 40. I'm just concealing my skin so that I have a nice base and it's not overly what's the word, it's not pigmented, so that I have a nice canvas to work with for my foundation. You probably are still going to see some of the pigments from underneath the concealer, which is fine, because once you do go in, actually this is a new foundation. This was fine when I was using the Yardley Stay Fast foundation, like for some of the pigment to be showing through, like how it still is. It was fine for me to do that because the foundation was full coverage. So I'm kind of hoping that the foundation, in terms of its coverage and also in terms of how it's going to work with this concealer, I hope that it works fine, because this is kind of how I did it with my Stay Fast foundation. So hopefully it still works the same with the L'Oreal Infallible, but we'll see as we go on. So yeah, just blend this into your skin. So yeah, right now I'm looking hella ghosty. Like, very. But it's all part of the process. Like, I don't know, I haven't seen anyone else doing this or seen anyone justify it this way, but like the rest of my body has a lighter undertone, like lighter than what my actual complexion is. So I think this kind of works well for me to use a concealer that is one shade lighter than my complexion as just the base, because it just blends well once I'm done. So again, hopefully this Infallible foundation actually works the same as the Yardley foundation, because it worked well when I did it that way with the Yardley Stay Fast. So as I always do, I'm gonna put the foundation on my hand. It's not as thick as the Stay Fast or the old Stay Fast, because as I said, they changed their formula now, which I was nervous to try because what if it didn't work? But yeah, so dip into the foundation now. Okay. It smells, oh my gosh, it has fragrance. It smells really good, don't get me wrong, but like I'm very nervous about having things with fragrance on my skin. Ooh, guys. Hopefully this doesn't break me out. I'm actually quite nervous now. The coverage is good. I haven't blended it out yet, but I can already tell that it's working well. Like, it's covering, ooh, and it has the skin-like finish, just like how my Stay Fast was. So I'm not mad at that. I'm really not. Guys, I need to get myself a mirror that like stands up, because this is not working. Okay, so one thing about it, it actually sets and like dries up very quickly. So all these other spots that I've done, they aren't blending as well as they did at first. So yeah, so that's one thing I've just learned about it now, is that like what's the word? I don't want to say, like, disperse it on your face as you go. Don't put spots everywhere and disperse, just because like it actually dries up really fast. So first of all, you guys, like, look at how well it blends in with my chest. Like, I don't have any foundation on my chest. I only put it on my neck and my face, but it's blending well with my chest. There's a bit on the like lighter side right now, but I'm not too worried about that, because I saw that it oxidizes. When I used it a bit on my forehead, I saw that it actually did oxidize. So once it oxidizes, it will kind of settle into my skin. It smells so good, you guys. Like, it smells so good, but like it worries me a bit, because I'm worried it might cause a breakout because it is perfumed, whereas the Stay Fast didn't have like any, you know, perfume on it. It was just plain. But I do love the skin. Like, I thought it would be like very matte, that I would need tons of setting spray, but it is, don't forget your ears, you guys. I thought it would be very matte, but it actually gives a skin-like finish, even though it is mattifying, but it has this skin-like-ish finish about it. It's not as natural as the Stay Fast. Like, sorry that I keep comparing the two, but I've literally been using the Yardley Stay Fast for years. It's literally been the only foundation that I used to buy for myself. Yeah, actually, I lied. The bottle says that it has a natural finish, which I do agree to it to a certain extent, but it actually is quite matte. And I'm looking quite ghosty right now, so I think I should get into the contour so that I start warming up my face. But it's not looking bad at all. I am a bit biased because like the Stay Fast has been my favorite foundation for so long and for so many years, but you know, it is what it is. They changed their formula. I'm so sad about it. Like, I don't know why. Yardley people, if there's any Yardley person watching this, why did you guys change the formula? Like, this was the perfect foundation and now I've lost that and I don't know what to do with myself because I'm just so heartbroken. Like, come on, man. Ugh. Oh my gosh, I just realized that there's something that I didn't do. So I skipped a step, but this is something that I suggest that you guys do, is that after you've concealed your face to like kind of cover up the pigmentation, use a setting spray before you use your foundation. Like, the foundation lays on really, really well. That's actually what I'm going to do right now. I'm going to put setting spray right now to kind of just take away to kind of just take away this mattedness a bit, because it is quite matte and I don't know what to do. Okay, and then I'm gonna blend it out. I can already tell you guys that I miss my Stay Fast. Like, it's not the Infallible is not a bad foundation. Like, it works well, but it's just not the Yardley Stay Fast. Like the more I'm doing my face, the more depressed I'm feeling about this, because let's just keep going. Maybe I will feel differently about it once I've contoured and all that stuff, but I just don't know. Hey, I really don't know. Okay, going in with contour. And also the Stay Fast had like a warmer undertone, which I think maybe that's why it blended really well with my like complexion, and why it looked so natural when I used it. It had like a warmer tone, whereas the Infallible has a more of like a cooler tone to it. Again, it's not a bad thing, but I'm just not sure if it's something that I like for myself. But we'll see how it looks once I have done my contour and once I have done my once I've done my, what do you call it, blush and all that stuff. But yeah, I'm feeling a bit sad right now. Yeah, don't know what to do. I like doing forehead contour because it gives me a smaller like forehead. Like, my forehead is big, like it's not too big, you know, but it is quite big, so I like making it smaller Today is actually quite a cold day, so I can't properly gauge what it would be like on a hot day. Like, again, I already know how the Stay Fast acts, so I was always super comfortable using it whether or not it's hot or cold. This, I'm not sure how it behaves on a hot day where, you know, I would be sweating and stuff. So I'm wondering if it would be moving around, or if it would stay in place, or, you know, get rid of that dull chin. And how you do that is you do like a triangle. So you do follow this, and then you just bring it down your neck as well. That's how you get rid of a double chin. But also don't put too much to where your neck, or like underside of the neck is, wait, underside of the chin is like hella dark. And also when you contour, guys, please make sure that you're contouring to your face shape. Don't follow like every tutorial. Like where you contour, where you place your contour is very different for each face, you know. So don't do a round person's contour when your face is more like oval, because then you're gonna look, you know, weird. So you want to learn how to contour for your face shape, and I think that just comes with practice. So yeah, like for me, I used to do the wrong kind of contour, so my face would look drooped down, if that makes sense. Yeah, until I started, you know, learning how to contour for my face. But I think just the general rule is to, for example, the cheek contour, you want to do this, and then when you see this creasing, you want to contour above that, and then that will just give you a facelift. So do this, and then where you're seeing that dent, like that's your natural contour, and then you want to go above it so that, first of all, this part of the cheek stays light, and then the upper part will get the dark contour shade, and then it will give you a nice facelift. That's just a quick tip. And then when it comes to the forehead, I think do what you want. You'll obviously put less if you're not trying to give yourself too small of a forehead. I want my forehead to be like decent sized. My one is a bit larger than average, so I like doing this contour. I cannot get over this cheek contour, and as you can see, this foundation is also starting to oxidize, so it is slowly becoming one with my skin tone. I'm still not sure how I feel. We'll see. Okay, what's next? The concealer to highlight my face. So I'm using the Fit Me Maybelline concealer in the shade 35. Right? Then you're gonna put it in or on all of the concealer shades. I'm really not used to having like such a matte foundation, and I don't think I'm liking it, to be honest with you. Like, I'm used to a more dewy kind of look, or like foundation wise, but let's just keep going. We will see. So these are all the highlighty places that I like to put the concealer on. So I'm just gonna let it set for a little bit. You don't want it to dry fully, but you want it to set, so that first of all you have more control over where it goes, and secondly you are, yeah, it's just gonna work better. It's going to give you more coverage if that's what you want. If you don't want more coverage, then don't do this. Just blend it out as soon as you put it on. But I like having more coverage. Okay. I'm also worried about how this concealer is going to work with this foundation, because obviously once the formula is mixed, they're going to do something way more different on your skin. So now that I have blended out the concealer, I'm just gonna go over where I put the contour, just to deepen it first of all, and also put it back over anywhere where it might have been erased by the concealer. Okay. So for my nose contour, I'm going to use that very same eyeshadow that I was using from the Essence palette, this one here. You can see how much I use it because of how messy it is around it. But yeah, so this is now my nose contour. And for my nose contour, I like to just go like this on the sides. And then I bring it to the eyebrow. Okay. And then I bring it right into the eyebrow, so it kind of has a place to go to. You don't want that contour to just be floating and just like sitting there, so you want it to have a place where it starts and ends. Okay, so again, I start by the button of the nose, and then I kind of curve inwards, and then I bring it up. Again, when it comes to contour, you really want to stick to your face structure. You don't want to just go with how most makeup tutorials tell you to contour your face. Like, you want to really contour to the shape of your face. So yeah, bring that down. All right, and then again, you want it to go into the brow. Cool beans. Should I just leave it like this? I think I'm gonna leave it like this. I'm joking. I'm gonna diffuse that out now. You could use like a lighter brush for this, but I'm just working with what I have. So I'm gonna use that same brush that I've now cleaned up so that it's not doesn't have too much color on it, and I am diffusing that out, and I'm like blending it out into the foundation. Look at